The club industry has a great legacy, doesn't it? It is up to us to continue this legacy.
Clubs have an amazing impact within their communities that they serve through the developmental support they offer to local sporting organisations, community groups, whether it be financial or in-kind support. Clubs have a great reach within their communities to all those little groups and make sure that they can still survive and operate. They also have a tremendous impact upon the economics of the town, such as the wage support they have for all the employees that they have, because most of us are major employers within our communities, as well as the purchasing power that we have in our communities. We're one of the major purchasers of goods that keep the small businesses within our communities going as well. And I think that also clubs have become great innovators within the hospitality industry as well, so they have a huge impact in developing hospitality services and food and beverage operations now more than ever.
Clubs are the glue that hold society together within the state of New South Wales. They provide employment, which means that they are economic drivers of the local communities, and that flows right through to the whole of the state.
Clubs have a unique role to play in the social fabric of working class New South Wales, and if I wanted to touch on one point, it's that connectivity, and it's a place that our community and the people that live in our community can go and connect with other people in their community.
The clubs have a huge impact on New South Wales. Often they're the biggest employers. They provide endless amount of facilities for sporting groups, particularly encouraging young kids to be involved in the sport, which is a terrific thing for our community. We also supply a lot of donations to local organisations, not-for-profit organisations in particular. And we do a lot of training too for our employees, so that is another issue that people tend not to be aware of. So overall, I mean, we pay a lot of taxes, and altogether, it helps the state economy as well as the local economy. So in many respects, the impact is just enormous.
Well, they are the community, aren't they?
The club in general provides so much for you. There's always something to do, something on, never ending.
I don't know how we cope without them.
In a way that the community can be based on as a social hub or somewhere that the community can use.
As a school principal, clubs, I believe, provide the responsible gaming and responsible use of alcohol are the most important aspects to our growing teenage years as we get them through from 16, 17, 18 and when they leave school.
Club play a very important role in this community. It provides us the community entertainment, giving young people opportunity to stay fit and healthy.
If you look at the number of people who are involved in clubs in a wide array of activities, well, you would be very hard pressed to find a person who was not involved in some club at some part of their life. And for many people, it's at least a weekly activity, if not a daily activity.
Clearly, with the car parks full up all the time, it's where the community wants to meet.
For me, I think the clubs have actually evolved to be much broader than a single purpose group from the past, to being a member of the community.
Keeps the price of everything down. The members have got all the facilities they want in the club. There's all the sporting facilities, recreation facilities. They can come to the club and bring their wife and go to a show at a reasonable cost, not going to cost a fortune.
That's what clubs are about. People want to go to the club, take their family along, have a great night, enjoy it. The kids can go down to the gaming parlour, the pinball machines or whatever the current electronic games are. Everybody has a great night and they go home thinking, what a great time that was. We'll go back again next week. We had good food, reasonable prices and enjoyable night in a safe, friendly atmosphere, which in today's society is not easy to get. You get them in clubs, but out in other places it's becoming more difficult. And that's why families are turning to clubs, because they're safe.
Clubs provide a very positive influence in the local community through sporting teams, providing volunteer opportunities for local community members to give back to the youth of the area, not only the youth but also to other people that may be struggling in their day-to-day life.
I suppose in some ways the essence again is about coming to a place where you feel comfortable and then having a conversation with somebody that you feel friendly.
Somewhere to be welcome, I think, more than anything else. Somewhere where, when you've got guests or visitors, you can take them and be proud to take them. That's very important. Most houses are too small, and you can come into a club or any club, and I know a lot of clubs and club presidents, you walk in there and you feel at home, you're welcome when you come in. Let's get back to it, welcome, support, involvement.
You can come up here any time of the day, any day of the week, meet friends, old and new, and really enjoy yourself, where it saves you staying at home by yourself.
All the friendship I've built over 40 years.
Broader community would not be getting along as well as it does.
The club industry is generous of spirit, and I think that's always been its strength, and I would imagine that that's what it should sort of focus on, is that generosity of spirit, it's that generosity of community spirit.
I don't even want to think of that question, because the impact would be astronomical, I believe. Nowhere to go. So many people rely on this club, not just to come in and have a dabble on the pokies, they just rely on it for meeting, to have somewhere to go.
Coming from a community perspective, being the manager of a local PCYC, without clubs in local communities, we lose that support network there that we get with training, with sponsorship, with funding, with volunteers. Without clubs, we lose a major link there.
Well, I'd like to see the government try and do what this club does. They wouldn't do it. The community would miss out on all the benefits that this club provides them.
Oh, I'd be devastated. I wouldn't know where to turn. I wouldn't know what to do.
Because I'm a very serious table tennis player. I go around states and Australia to compete for New South Wales, and my club sponsors me a lot.
It makes me feel proud to be a part of an industry that gives back so much to community-based organisations, especially in small communities where we are the lifeblood of those small organisations. And it also I'm excited to see the club industry develop and see it become a real player within the hospitality industry and in the business services industry as well, where some of the larger clubs and some of the smaller clubs as well are starting to diversify into becoming great business operations.
I keep coming back. Which says something, I guess. It's like a second home. It's your club and you're proud of it.
I'm proud of what clubs do for the people of New South Wales. I'm proud of what they do for the young people in the schools. I'm proud of what they do for those people that are socially disadvantaged. They make such a difference to the overall society within the state.
I'm immensely proud because we are a social hub. We do provide great facilities. We are a great hub where people can come and have reasonably priced meals and drinks and enjoy their social time. And that's really talking about we are the local point at which our community connect.
Sometimes I believe that there may be a negative connotation that comes with clubs, but I would encourage people to look further into that, to see really what your club is doing, because they're doing a lot of good in the communities with a number of different programs.
I'm proud to be involved in the array of clubs in which I am involved. I can see what they've done for the communities that are in my local area. I recognise that they're doing great things for the broader community. All of that makes me feel very proud and satisfied to participate at the level that I do.
Feel very proud about my club for being so supportive to me behind my back.
We certainly have some challenges ahead, but attitude and motivation are the two key ingredients we need to deliver on our roles as club directors.
The community does have very clear expectations about the role of a director and about the role of clubs within their communities. And so at the leadership level, it's very important that clubs are attracting the people with the right attitude. It really is all about attitude. Of course we want people who've got strong technical skills and managerial skills as well. That's nice to have, but you can develop those over time. What is important is that people who serve on a board come with a can-do, positive attitude, who understand the significant role that clubs have within the community. It's important too that directors on a board aren't representing their own self-interest or indeed the interests of sub-clubs or smaller parts of the membership. The board, working as a team, really is there in the best interests of the whole club and all of the members.
Look, I would say to anyone who wants to participate in club life as a director to take the time to assess whether it's really for you. It gives you a lot, but you have to give a lot too. You need to understand exactly what your duty is. It's an important role, a director of a club. The director of Deniliquin RSL has exactly the same responsibilities as a director of BHP. You're probably going to be a volunteer, you're not going to be paid for it. You're going to have to care about your club, but you're going to have to take time to work out what it's all about. Do the reading, go and have a look at the resources that are available, understand it, because once you sign up to it, you're in. And at that point, you really have to be ultra diligent. You need to know what's going on.
Very basic requirement. They've got to be prepared to actually read board agendas and board reports and not just open them up as they're climbing the stairs to go into the boardroom. So I think someone who is fair dinkum, is committed, is a decent sort of a person who they embody the body and soul of that club. Some more than others. You see some personalities who are more larger than life than others, but how they portray themselves is how people are going to see that club. And if they come across as a a grub or a person of lower esteem, well, that's how they're going to see the club. It'll be in the image of directors and managers, but directors as well. So a decent sort of a person who's fair dinkum in what they want to do.